Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there, enjoying your day, making it positive, making it an amazing day. We got some things to talk about today. Just letting you guys know so that you guys are prepared, because we got a very interesting story that's been popping off. Heard about this a couple days ago. Actually, I heard about this like a week ago. And then it kind of disappeared. And then suddenly, recently, it just skyrocketed. All right. Because there's been new information coming out, which is very interesting. So we are going to be talking about that very, very soon here. But of course, I wanted to give you guys at least a little bit of information surrounding this. This is a very wild, heartbreaking story with a lot of questions. I got a lot of questions, y'all. Lots and lots of questions. Is this an unaliving situation? Right? Is it the M? Or is it something else? Inquiring minds would like to know. We've heard so many different stories. I've heard so many stories about things that have happened when people go on trips to Mexico and them not coming back alive. That I like I said, the questions are endless for me, in my personal opinion. All right. So we got to get into some things. This is a very, as Roberta said on Facebook, this is such a tragic story. Okay. This young woman was doing some things. Real talk. She was living that boss life. Very successful, all that. We're going to get into it in a little bit. And this story is extremely tragic. And I feel that, well, the speculations out here, out here in the rumor mill, people are feeling that maybe family, or sorry, not family, but friends around this young woman know exactly what went down. So this is an ongoing mystery that we need to talk about, and we're going to jump into it in just a minute. So do a little house cleaning for me. All right. Hit that like button down below. Send it past 100 likes as you guys start to file in. All right. This is kind of a story that's just starting to take off now, because there's been a new video that has surfaced that is showing maybe the friends are lying about what actually happened to this young woman. So we're going to be getting into that, okay? So please hit that like button, send it past 100 likes. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. You know your boy's working hard out here in these streets to give you the information and the stories that you need for the day. And this information is very important, okay? It's crazy. It's crazy what happens when you go on a trip to celebrate life, celebrate a birthday, etc. Like I said, we're going to jump into all this. So let's get into it, shall we? Man, what an interesting and crazy story this is. It is a heartbreaking story, nonetheless. No one should be losing their life in any type of fashion, especially when they're 2,000 miles away from home on a vacation to celebrate a birthday, to celebrate success, just have a good time, let your hair down, kick it, you know, what you usually do on vacay, okay? Again, this is a very sad and just messed up story, okay? And we are going to be going into it here in just a minute. Now, Cleveland Hare on Facebook said, where can I find the video of the fight? You can find it anywhere. Go on Twitter. You'll find it there. We are going to be looking at some stills of the fight. I cannot show you guys the actual fight itself because there is some nudity. It is graphic, and it is a full-on, it's not great. We're going to talk about that in just a minute, okay? So sit tight. We got to get into some stories, and we got to I got to let you guys know what the heck is going on. So, there is a young woman by the name of Shanquella Robinson. She's 25 years old. She was found unresponsive. There's varying stories going on, okay? Some people say that she was unresponsive. Some people say that she was slumped over a toilet. Some people say that she was unalive when nurses or when first responders showed up to her Cabo hotel. All right. Now, she went out to Cabo with a couple of her friends, again, to go celebrate a birthday. She was very successful. Just a little bit about her. She was very successful growing 2 different businesses. She had a women's boutique that she had, and she had a kids braiding company, hair braiding company that was really taken off, and she was very successful with that as well. And she hired a lot of people, a lot of her friends and the people around her to be a part of this, her businesses. Like I said, when she moved up, she brought her friends with her. Her friends and family with her, right? They all ate at the same table, all right? So they go out to this trip in Cabo, and allegedly, from what friends are saying, just quick, so you guys know a little bit about this before we jump into all the nitty gritty and all the information that's out here now, because we're looking at some news clips, some articles as well. We're going to go all the way into this, okay? So please be sure to hit that like button down below and subscribe. But friends are saying that after they had a meal, she was saying that she wasn't feeling very well. Allegedly, from what they were saying, is that she had alcohol poisoning. Okay? Alcohol poisoning. So, obviously, paramedics come into the room. They find her that she has passed or she was unresponsive, whichever one it will be. They find her gone. Like after a little bit, 30 minutes after they tried to do work on her body, she passed. Okay? The friends hop into their planes. I mean, this is less than 24 hours of them being actually in Cabo. She had been there for 24 hours and she lost her life. Well, friends cut their vacation short and they kick rocks back to Charlotte, North Carolina, or wherever their respective homes, basically singing this tune, saying that she passed from alcohol poisoning. Okay. The family begs to differ. Autopsy reports have come back saying something completely different, and we are going to get into that here in just a minute. So I wanted to show you guys this article. Again, this whole thing doesn't make any sense. The math ain't mathin'. All the sayings that you can think of, all right, that pertain to it just doesn't straight up make any sense. Just throw it into this, okay? In my personal opinion, I think the friends know something more than meets the eye. They know more than what they're letting off. Solely because of what the autopsy report reads. Oh, and let's not forget this video that's going viral right now, being shared over and over and over again right now. That is absolutely shocking and extremely telling on what kind of thing was going on in Cabo before this woman was found gone. Let's get into this article here really, really quick. All right. So, Charlotte family pushing for answers after daughter is found unalive in Mexico. Let me blow this up for you guys so you guys can see it. All right. A local family is mourning the loss of their daughter weeks after she didn't return home from her trip to Mexico. Parents Bernard and Salamondra Robinson said Shanquella Robinson, 25, left Charlotte on a trip to Cabo, Mexico with a group of friends on October 28th. Sadly, they would never see their daughter alive again. They said, this is what Salamondra, the mother, said. I spoke with her Friday evening. She was having dinner, and I never spoke with her again. On Saturday evening, they called and said she wasn't feeling well, and they were going to call a doctor. And when they called, the doctor hadn't arrived yet. But they said she had alcohol poisoning. Now here's the thing. Instantly, and let me get this, make this a little bit bigger for you guys, just so you guys can see it a little bit better. So instantly, when you say they called her, they called the mother and said, oh yeah, she has alcohol poisoning. That's what's going on. You don't know a damn thing, so why would you tell the mother that narrative? Instantly. Wouldn't you say, hey, she's not feeling well. We don't know what's going on. Maybe it's food poisoning. She just got done eating some food. Maybe she ate some bad shellfish. You never know. But instead, they put out a narrative. They plant this seed in the mother's brain that Shanquella was having a bad reaction to too much alcohol. Mind you, she had only been there for less than 24 hours. And I get it. As soon as you get there, you're popping shots, maybe a whole bunch of tequila, etc. I get it. You're going in. It's Cabo, baby. You know for a fact. The water faucets over there flow nothing but tequila. Okay? Let's keep it real. All right? But for them to go straight to calling the mother to give them this BS tells me something else. Tells me that they're trying to hide something. I'm just saying it right off the bat. They're trying to hide something. Instead of, we just call the doctor, we don't know what's going on. We will call you back and let you know what's going on next. Not, we called a doctor and she got alcohol poisoning. Again, make that make sense. So the Robinsons were told that Shanquella died from alcohol poisoning, but they aren't convinced that is actually the case. After they said it was alcohol poisoning, we received the autopsy report on Thursday, and this is very important that you know about this, ladies and germs. Okay, fam, you need to know about this part. So I'm going to repeat that one more time. After they said it was alcohol poisoning, we received an autopsy report on Thursday, and it said her neck had been broken and she had a back spasm. There was a crack. A spinal cord was cracked. That it took a whole nother level, that took it to a whole nother level because that meant somebody had attacked her. Let me just say that one more time because I done messed that up, okay? But this piece right here is incredibly crucial, especially with the information in the viral video that's being shared right now throughout the internet streets right now, okay? After they said it was alcohol poisoning, we received the autopsy report on Thursday, and it said that her neck had been broken, and she had a back spasm there. She had a back spasm. There was a crack. Spinal cord was cracked. I guess the parents are saying spinal cord was cracked. That took it to a whole nother level because that meant somebody had attacked her. Keep that in your brains. Keep that in your brain matter for a little bit. That piece of information is extremely important. Since she passed away in Mexico, national agencies have been involved in and aware of the incident. In response to the young woman's demise, the U.S. Department of State issued the following statement. We are aware of these reports. Protecting the welfare of U.S. citizens overseas is among our top priorities. Out of respect for the privacy of those involved, we have no further comment at this time. Robinson's body arrived back in Charlotte on Thursday, and a funeral service has been scheduled for next Saturday. All I've been doing is crying, trying to figure out what happened, her father said. I can't even be a grandfather. I can't even walk her down the aisle. She's gone. The family has contacted the FBI Charlotte branch to help solve the mystery surrounding Shanquella's death. They also said a private investigator could be hired if answers don't become clear. Now, I'm going to throw this back at you one more time. Throw back at you. One more again. And I'm going to blow that up one more time. The friends called so that she came into Cabo, all right? She was chilling in the cut, ready to have a good time, living the life like it's golden, okay? Then met up with her friends. They were all, looks like, I don't want to get too ahead of myself here, all right? But looks like they were sharing a hotel room. Nice big old hotel room together, or at least some of the people. They're having a great time, not even 24 hours into it. She suddenly, according to the friends, is having a bad reaction to too much alcohol. They say that she's having alcohol poisoning. They call the mother, okay, Salamondra, the mother of Shanquella, telling her, hey, she's not feeling very well. She's having alcohol poisoning. Now, from what we understand, which we're going to be listening to some videos here in just a minute, but they say otherwise. Family sits there and says, this doesn't make any sense. It doesn't seem right. How can she be gone like this? Especially when autopsy reports come back saying something drastically different. They say that it wasn't alcohol poisoning, that she had a broken neck. How do you get a broken neck from alcohol poisoning? Like I said, riddle me this, Batman. The math ain't mathing. Math most definitely not mathing on this. Then also there's a crack in her spinal cord. So taking too many shots of tequila in Cabo causes your spinal cord to crack. Doesn't make any sense, y'all. So that's some important information right there. I just wanted to make sure you guys saw it, see it, consume it, because we got a couple videos that we need to take a look into, because like I said, even myself, I'm still scratching my head about this. This does not make any bloody sense. I mean, it does make sense once you see what new footage, what new information has recently come out in the last 24 hours. And it's very damning, especially for the friends. Very damning. Can't show you the video, but we will be looking at a still of this video. And I'll, of course, explain a little bit more about this. All right. But let's look at this news clip. And definitely press the number 1 to let me know you guys can hear this.
A Charlotte family is trying to figure out what happened to their 25-year-old daughter. Shanquella Robinson's parents say she took a trip to Mexico last month with a group of friends. Her friends made it back, but she didn't. They say she was found dead. They were told what happened, but they tell me tonight they're not buying it.
I just sit back and wait on God, because like I say, she's going to get justice.
A mystery in Mexico. How did a weekend with friends turn into a nightmare?
I mean, something is not adding up right here.
Bernard and Salamondra Robinson say their daughter, 25-year-old Shanquella Robinson, traveled with friends from Charlotte to Cabo, Mexico on October the 28th.
I spoke with her Friday evening. She was having dinner. And I never spoke with her again.
The next day, their world changed.
On Saturday evening, they called and said she wasn't feeling well, and they was going to call a doctor. But when they called, the doctor hadn't arrived yet, but they said she had alcohol poisoning.
They say they were told their daughter died from alcohol poisoning, but they don't believe that. They say they've heard different stories, and none of them add up.
We received the autopsy report on Thursday, and it said that her neck had been broke and she had a back spinal cord was cracked. So that took it to a whole nother level.
In a statement, the U.S. Department of State said, quote, "We are aware of these reports. Protecting the welfare of U.S. citizens overseas is among our top priorities. Out of respect for the privacy of those involved, we have no further comments at this time." Shanquella's body arrived back in Charlotte on Thursday.
She had a heart of gold. She didn't mistreat nobody.
I mean, I can't even be a grandfather. Can't even walk her down the aisle. She gone.
Weeks later, questions remain.
We're not gonna stop until we get to the end of
Shit,
it.
take it to the bottom of it.
We're gonna get to the end of this.
Nah, it's not gonna happen, No, I've been crying, I'm hurt. I'm hurting all the way around.
And the family tells me they have contacted the FBI in Charlotte to help them figure out what happened. They also say they'll hire a private investigator if it comes to that. Their daughter will be laid to rest next Saturday.
Now, I hope to God, all right? I hope to God that this family right here gets their private investigator. I mean, I hope to God that they do, because this is, they need justice. She needs justice. We really need to get down to the bottom of this and find out what the actual truth is, because this story is absolutely crazy. And what's wild to me is that this is such a mystery. This is such a wild story of course, there's obviously people out here that have been looking into this, doing their own deep dives and all that, but it's not really out there. But I'm hoping that the video that we will be looking at a still here in just a little bit, I'm hoping that the video sparks more conversation, sparks more coverage over this situation. Again, another story that isn't really getting the light of day. I mean, yeah, it's all over Black Twitter. Sure. It's all over Black Facebook. A little bit now it's starting to creep out into Black YouTube. But other than that, mainstream media isn't really talking about this, like, at all. It's weird. This should be out, because the more conversations that are being had, the closer we could possibly get to finding what really happened to this young woman. I mean, we already know, like I said, there's some video here that is that'll tell you something different. Okay, tell you something completely different. But maybe this will get more and more people to actually step out and speak on this more. Now, I want to show you guys a few more other clips here, because, like I said, the news, like, at least in her neck of the woods, has been talking about this and covering it as they find out more and more information just locally, okay, in her area. But still, this is so strange. This is so strange. So let's take a look at this one as well. I'm sorry for giving you guys news clips, but there's so much information that we're getting here. And yeah, like I said, just, a young woman that's doing everything right. She was doing what she loved. She was finding success. It's pretty incredible what she was doing. And she was bringing her family, her friends into the business and growing the business with her friends and family, pretty dope, pretty damn dope. But now, like what Angela said, whoops. Yep, simply evil. Nicole just said, Nicole 2282, I can't understand for the life of me why this is not in the media. Makes me really sick. Yeah, I really don't. I mean, locally they're talking about it, but they're not really talking about this anywhere else. That makes no sense. Again, alcohol poisoning does not crack your neck, does not break your neck, okay? Doesn't crack your spinal cord. So what the hell happened? Let's take a look at this video.
First told you about last night at 10, A Charlotte family is searching right now for some answers after a mysterious death in Mexico.
Queen City News anchor Morgan Francis has been digging into this story. And Morgan, we understand that you got your hands on the death certificate today.
Yeah, Brian, I did. 25-year-old Shanquella Robinson died a day after she arrived in Cabo with her friends. The family says her friends told them she had alcohol poisoning, but the death certificate I received today says nothing about alcohol.
I probably won't be at ease until someone's arrested.
Whether or not someone should be arrested in the death of 25-year-old Shanquella Robinson remains as uncertain as how she died. The woman, well known for her business braiding hair, turned up dead after just a day on vacation in Mexico. According to her family, Robinson's friends told them she was drunk.
They had a villa and they stayed there all night. They didn't go out at all. No one told the same story, so I never believed them anyway.
Queen City News obtained Robinson's death certificate, which lists the cause of death as severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, which is instability in the uppermost vertebrae.
Okay, I'm writing that. I'm rolling that back one more again, so that y'all can hear that one more time. Okay, they said it was alcohol, and they said what?
Told the same story, so I never believed them anyway.
Queen City News obtained Robinson's death certificate, which lists the cause of death as severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation.
Severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation. Does it say alcohol? I would say no. Okay, let's continue. All right? Don't forget to hit that like button down below. Send it past 300 likes. That would really mean a lot. And if you're new to the show, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate all y'all for being here, being a part of this conversation. This needs to be heard. This story needs to be heard. So hit that like button so this story gets out there, please.
Which is instability in the uppermost vertebrae. In the section where police could have noted any sign of intoxication, it says, person found unconscious on her living room.
Person found unconscious on her living room. I'm assuming on her living room floor. Okay? Just want to say that again.
Any sign of intoxication, it says, person found unconscious on her living room.
And they didn't call us to the very last minute. And then on top of that, they say the maid found them.
The group stayed here at Villa Linda 32, a property listed on CaboVillas.com. A rep with the company says the group called the concierge for help Saturday afternoon. The concierge called a doctor who gave CPR. Robinson died at 3 p.m., an estimated 15 minutes after her injury.
My bad, 15 minutes after her injury. 15, not 30. I said 30 earlier. 15 minutes. Now, I got to roll this back because there was a lot of information in there. One very important piece, okay? One of the most important pieces here. And then there is another important piece here too, but that just exposes the friends' lies. But the fact that they said, this says, number 35, briefly describe the situation, circumstance, or reasons in which the injury occurred, accidental, violent, or if it is intoxication, specify the recreational. And this, whoever wrote this in, said person found unconscious on her living room. I'm assuming on her living room floor. So there's literally they had an opportunity in this reporting to sit there and go, yes, this was alcohol, X, Y, and Z. She was consuming liquor, X, Y, and Z. And yet still, they didn't even write that in there. Big piece of information. Then the mother, okay, Salamondra Robinson, Shanquella's mother, said this.
And they didn't call us to the very last minute. And then on top of that, they say the maid found them.
The group.
So then on top of that, they say that the maid found her. So the friends were calling her to let her know about this alleged alcohol poisoning that was going on in Shanquella's body. But they're saying that the maid found her first. I'm just saying, do the math, y'all. And you tell me what equation you get, because this is not adding up.
The group stayed here at Villa Linda 32, a property listed on CaboVillas.com. A rep with the company says the group called the concierge for help Saturday afternoon. The concierge called a doctor who gave CPR. Robinson died at 3 p.m., an estimated 15 minutes after her injury. We obtained a list of 7 guests who signed into the villa.
7 guests.
And called the phone numbers they left with the company. Some numbers weren't valid.
Please leave your message for.
And others went to voicemail.
So the death certificate has a section that reads, was it accidental or violent death? Yes was typed into that section, so it's still not clear which one authorities meant to select.
Okay, again, how can you write in, how can you sit here and say, how was this an accident? How was this an accident? You have a broken neck and a cracked spinal cord. You tell me, how does one do this? You know what this screams at me? This kind of happened a while back, but this kind of screams at me, Bob Saget. Does anybody else feel that? That whole situation where he fell back and like the back of his skull was severely, like they said, it was crushed. Like he had to have fallen from a balcony or something like that on top of his head for it to be that way. When he went into his hotel room after doing crushed it on the stand, doing his stand up that night. And they said the injuries on him were just not adding up. And I look at the same thing here. I mean, clearly this is not Bob Saget. Okay. They still haven't seen or found anyone connected to Bob Saget's situation. There were 7 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 more lovers in that villa. Her friends chilling in the cut. Plenty of people to look at as suspects. How does she accidentally break her own neck? How's that possible? So when they said yes in the form, to me, that screams like, yes, this was violent. Clearly, there was a moment of violence that happened. And we are now going to be looking at it here in a second or shortly. But like I said, you do the math, y'all. You do the math. Let's hear. I think she's just signing off, but let me make sure.
The U.S. State Department told Queen City News that Mexican authorities say there's no clear evidence Robinson was murdered.
So there's no clear evidence that Robinson was unalived. This is frustrating, y'all. Again, extremely frustrating information because, of course, we want to know what the heck is going on and why this happened to this young woman who had so much going for her. So much going for her. Real talk. Okay? I got another news clip, but I got to get to this super chat. And I know that there's a couple comments in here. So let me get to this super chat really quick. Snazzy Trinkets Jewelry. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. 9-year-old Bentley Stansel missing since yesterday in Wendell, North Carolina. Awareness needed. Amber Alert has been issued. Thank you so much for letting me know about that. I'll look into it a little bit later. But we are talking about Shanquella right now. But I do appreciate the super chat and the heads up about it, okay? But I will do my best to look into that. I think I have a members chat in here too that I need to grab right quick. Hopefully, I think I lost it. But there is another one here. Hollywood 2000. Thank you so much for being a member for the past 11 days or 11 months. I'm sorry, past 11 months. And of course, just like Hollywood 2000, you can help support this channel. I talk about a lot of things and bring awareness to a lot of different things on this channel. So please, if you can, hit that membership button down below. That would really, or that join button, and become a part of the family, a member of the family. So Hollywood 2000 says this is a terrible thing to happen to anyone. Absolutely, especially when you're around your friends. These are supposed to be your friends. These are supposed to be your people. Man, I wish I could show you guys this video, like the actual video. It is shocking. It's absolutely shocking. So messed up. But let's get into this next news clip here. Okay.
It's become a mystery in Mexico as a Charlotte family tries to find answers into how a 25-year-old wound up dead.
Well, conflicting reports now have them now wondering what really happened at a villa in Cabo San Lucas. Morgan Francis tonight spoke to the family and joins us now here in the studio. So, Morgan, when did all this happen?
Alicia, this happened about 2 weeks ago. Shanquella Robinson went to Mexico with her friends. She arrived early on Friday the 28th, and her family says the next morning she was dead.
It was supposed to be a fun, long weekend for 25-year-old Shanquella Robinson and her group of friends, who went to Cabo to celebrate one of their birthdays.
She told me they had a chef. They was getting ready to eat. They was eating tacos, something, salad or something they was eating. And I said, well, okay, I love you. Have a good night. And I will talk to you tomorrow. And I never talked to my child again. And she never made it back home.
Robinson's mom, Salamondra, says within 24 hours of her daughter's arrival, she was dead. Figuring out how or why has only added to the family's nightmare. It started with a frantic call from Robinson's friends.
They said she wasn't feeling well. She had alcohol poisoning. They couldn't get a pulse. Each one of the people that was there with her was telling different stories.
It's when the family made calls to the FBI and Mexican authorities that they learned of another potential cause of death.
The autopsy came back. They said it didn't have anything to do with alcohol. Say that she had been, she had a broken neck and her spine in the back was cracked. She had been beaten.
Salamondra says the entire group came back from Mexico, leaving her daughter's body there.
They all took off. And that they said, and the mother, okay, of Shanquella just said that her body had been beaten. Those are all telling things. You got people that were on that vacation with her. As soon as she passed, they packed up their bags and they kicked rocks, leaving this young woman's body behind. If that doesn't scream some sort of admission of guilt, some admission of some sort of foul play that went down, I don't know what else to say. And the other thing that's very wild to me is, what are the chances of, I don't want to go into speculation land just yet, but I'm hearing through the grapevine, people are saying things like, they were planning on doing something out there like this. I don't know about all that, but God forbid if that is the case. But her body had been bruised, showing some sort of altercation of some sort. This is not, regardless, this is not good. And the movements that the friends, those other 7 friends did, very dumb moves. Very, very dumb. Let's go.
Nearly 2 weeks and $6,000 later, her body is back home. But answers have been hard to come by.
I know that's not going to bring my child back, but I want something done about it.
Queen City News has spoken with officials at the U.S. State Department in Mexico who refute the claim that Robinson was murdered, saying the police's initial indication is that there was no clear evidence of foul play. Here in Charlotte, her family refuses to believe their daughter's death was an accident, and they vow to find the truth of what happened that night in Cabo.
She had a heart of gold. She loved everybody, and pretty much everybody loved her.
An official with the State Department told us they're helping the family obtain reports from authorities and recommend the family hires a private investigator and an attorney if they question the circumstances surrounding Shanquella's death.
Okay. Now, obviously, that was a little bit of a repeat of everything that we've already heard before. But if I were her friends, if I were Salamondra and Bernard's friend right now, I'd be screaming at them saying, yo, get a private eye. Get a PI right now. Don't wait any longer. Go and do it. This video was posted 4 days ago, if I'm correct. That news clip 4 days ago. No, sorry, 5 days ago. So in my mind, I'm going, yo, what are you waiting on? Get moving. Because clearly there's foul play in here. Clearly that those group of friends are hiding something. This is disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. Now, I want you guys to hear that one more time. The part that I paused on, because I think this is very important for what I'm about to go into just next. So,
Poison. They couldn't get a pulse. Each one of the people that was there with her was telling different stories.
It's when the family made calls to the
One more
FBI
time.
and Mexican authorities that they learned of another potential cause of death.
And the autopsy came back. They said it didn't have anything to do with alcohol. Say that she had been, she had a broken neck and her spine in the back was cracked. She had been beaten.
She had been beaten. Very important piece of information right here, okay? We're going to look into that just now. And guys, do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. I see over 600 souls watching this show. If you care and if you want to help out getting this story out to the rest of the world, please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Send it past 500 likes. Again, a like does not cost a thing, all right? Help a brother out. Help this story out. Help Shanquella's story get out. Hit that like button. I'm going to keep saying it. Hit that like button. Send it past 500 likes. That would really, really mean a lot. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button, okay? Hit that subscribe button. Thank you. All right. So that's very interesting that the mother, okay, Shanquella's mother said body was beaten. The reason why you might be like, well, why do you say that, Pascal? What you talking about, Pascal? Come on, bro. Well, the reason why I say that is because of, boom, this piece of information. Video shows Shanquella Robinson getting attacked in Mexico. Friends lied about the alcohol poisoning. This shows proof positive. I can only show you this still because this still, the video itself is just damning for these friends. So I'm going to show you guys this still. Get ready. Here it is. This is the still. Take a good look at it, y'all. Take a really good look at it. Now, you might be wondering, what am I seeing here? So let me explain this to you guys real quick. So the woman above, the woman standing up is not Shanquella. I want to emphasize that. I want to drive that home because it's very important. Again, I can't show you guys this video. If I did, I would lose the entire channel. You want to know why? Because the woman that's down on the ground is Shanquella. Shanquella is stark naked in this video. She has not one item of clothing on her body. She is naked. Naked is the day that she was born. So let me explain to you what exactly happened in this video. Because again, I can't show you guys this video because of how graphic the video is. Now, the one woman that's above her in the white and black, she's attacked. She just starts hitting Shanquella, screaming at her, hitting her, beating the daylights out of Shanquella. Shanquella is just putting her hands up, trying to protect herself. She is stark naked as this woman starts throwing her around, beating her, Shanquella loses her balance. She falls on the ground. The woman in the white and black runs over her bonnet. She's like running after her. She starts swinging at her as she's on the ground. She starts punching her in the face as she is on the ground. Her bonnet flies off. That's the little white thing that's over here in the corner. And as she starts to wail at her face, she starts to kick her in the body, in the face, screaming at her. Then after a moment, she backs up and goes towards like where the patio is. All right, the patio, sliding glass doors and all that. She walks over there. Okay, basically trying to egg her to get up. You know what I mean? She's like, you know what I mean? Trying to egg her on to get up and like let's duke this whole thing out. Now, I need to let you guys know, okay? Period. She wails on this woman. She's kicking her, kneeing her in the face, kicking her in the body, kicking her, just using her feet, punching her while she's down. There's no other way I can do it except explain it to you guys in that graphic way. Okay? All dodging the code words as much as I can. The only way to explain it is by saying it straight up, saying it bluntly. Now, I actually could play the audio for you guys so you guys can actually hear what's going on. So I'll do that here in just a minute. But what's wild to me, what's absolutely shocking, is that there's somebody who has to hold the camera to film this whole thing, right? Somebody behind the camera that's holding the phone is a guy. And he's just like, hey, you know, Shanquella, you ain't going to let her do that. Come on, bro. No one comes to Shanquella's aid. They just let this whole thing go down. I don't know how many other people that are in this room, but they let this whole thing go down. Not once going up and trying to protect this young woman who is naked, who is not fighting back. She's just protecting herself as she's getting a fists of fury. And you never know. Shanquella could have been very drunk at this moment. And we don't even know what the altercation's about, y'all. We don't even know what the fight is about. At least from what I saw in the video. But again, outside of this maybe being about a jealous fight over a guy, whatever it could have been. Okay, whatever it could have been. Not one of her friends stepped up and had her back. Not one of her friends came up and protected her. Not one. They just filmed it like it was a world star. Like there were spectators watching a damn fight. Ringside. It's disgusting. So I had to explain that to you guys because I mean the still itself says a lot. And this young woman is no longer here. And you're telling me the mother, okay, Salamondra said, autopsy shows that her body was beaten. If you see this video, I'm telling y'all. You do the equation, you start doing the math, and things start to add up. And in my personal opinion, my theories are this. The woman in the white and black got too violent. Maybe didn't even know how to what's the word? Control her own anger. She's beaten up a naked, vulnerable woman right there. kicking her while she's down, face and body. Maybe one kick was a little too hard and it was a mistake. That could be it. That could be the accident. And they're just trying to cover it up by making excuses. But this was an unarmed, naked, maybe slightly or fully inebriated woman that was getting her ass handed to her in this video. And for what? We still don't know. Because none of the friends have actually stepped out and actually said anything that's remotely truthful or even remotely adding up to the new narrative that the autopsy report is telling us. Again, it's the facts that are being exposed here. It's the facts that we're getting right now that draw up a completely different storyline than what those 7 friends have been saying. And now that this very video right here has come out, it confirms a lot of things that the family has been speculating. That they feel that there was foul play, that they feel that it wasn't alcohol poisoning. Broken neck, cracked spinal cord. None of it, according to the autopsy, none of it had anything to do with alcohol. Okay. I will be playing the audio. I think you guys would want to hear the audio because the audio is absolutely insane, in my personal opinion. All right. Now, we already know about all this. The truth is, though, all these can't be true. Oh, well, this is, obviously from the article. Okay. They need to be behind bars right now, or somebody needs to get there. I'm not going to say that either. We already know about all that. Okay, so her so-called best friend Khalil, all right, Cook, and 5 others mentioned above went to Cabo, Mexico. Here's Shanquella, all right. Beautiful photo, by the way. She was unalived, but her best friend Khalil told Shanquella's mother. This is her best friend, though, too. Like, this is her best friend, y'all. Lied to the mom. Basically lied. Come on, y'all. Lied to the mama, saying that she had alcohol poisoning. The other so-called friends said the same story. New video obtained by the North Carolina Beat, which is the article here, shows a different story and explains why Shanquella's face was swollen. This is the other piece of information here. I'm sorry, guys. This is very, very small. Hold on. Let me just blow this up just a tiny bit so you guys can see it in the nosebleed seats, all right? And again, do not forget to hit that subscribe button and do not forget to hit that like button, all right? Get it past 500 likes, all right? That would really, really mean a lot. But again, very interesting, okay? So the video obtained by the NC Beat, all right, shows a different story and explains why Shanquella's face, and this is what apparently from what this article, the people of this website saying that they've received information or photos showing Shanquella's face, which was swollen, had a knot on her head, her eyes were swollen, and her lips split. Now, that's because she was attacked by one of the girls on the trip named Dejanay. Hopefully I'm saying her name right. Dejanay Jackson. Here's Dejanay. Guess what? Her so-called best friend, Khalil, just stood there and ain't do ish. Now, here, real quick, before we continue on in this article, all right, let me just pull up the actual video itself, and I'm just going to play the audio of this video, and you can hear it for yourself what actually went down here. Okay? Is that fair? Because I can't really play the video itself, but you can get a general idea of what's going on here, okay? Okay.
Cool, can you at least fight back? No. At least something. At least fight back, something. Get up, bro, get up.
Okay. You heard that, right? You heard that, right? I know. A lot of y'all being like, man, let's just show the video. I can't show you this video. I can't. But you can find it on the twits. All right? On the Twitters. Oh, and of course, please follow me on Twitter as well. The Pascal Show, one word. I will even do you a solid. All right? I'm going to share this so you guys can see it as well. This is mind-blowing. So I'm going to play it one more time. So she is this Dejanay Jackson, if I'm correct, came after her and then throws her to the ground. Her back hits the bed, the corner of the bed as she falls to the ground. Then she just starts wailing on her face and starts kicking her in the face and kicking her in the body. And then the friend, which I'm assuming is Khalil in the background, is basically saying like, you ain't going to do nothing, Shanquella? And then there's another friend there too. Like there's people sitting there watching this whole thing. Nobody goes up and tries to break this thing up. Let me play it again. I'm sorry. Listen to it again. Okay?
Cool, can you at least fight back? No. At least something. At least fight back, something.
Get up! Okay. So Shanquella is going, no. He's like, Quella, you gonna at least do something? She says no. And we don't even know what really happened. We don't know what the altercation's about. You see what I'm saying? We don't know. But whatever it was triggered that woman to go after Shanquella. Shanquella did not throw any punches at all. She just took it. And the question still remains, was she drunk at this time? Did she do something to Dejanay Jackson that would make her maybe think, all right, I deserve this beat down? Maybe. Why is this woman stark naked? Why is she buck naked, y'all? Somebody explain that to me. While they have other men, there are men in the video, like chilling in the cut, chilling in the back. There are people in there watching her butt naked. And I mean, still, I don't know. I don't know if her friends are part of the LGBTQ plus community. I don't know any of that stuff. Okay, I don't know. I don't know about Khalil and all the other people that are there. Okay, all I know is that there are men in the room watching these two women duke it out, and one of them is stark naked. Somebody math it out for me. Because that ish ain't mathing for me. That doesn't make any sense. And no one goes to her aid. Not a one. And let's not get it twisted. A lot of crazy things happen when people are drunk, when people are twisted. A lot of crazy things go down when you had a few too many. Things can be said that weren't meant to be said. Mistakes can actually happen. Let's keep it real. But why is this young woman still not here anymore? Why was there an altercation like this? And why was it filmed? For what reason? And nobody thought that they weren't gonna, that somebody wasn't gonna be able to get this and put it out and leak this ish out on the internet? Again, this math is not mathing. I'm gonna play it one more time. I'm sorry for those of y'all who might be triggered by this. I love all y'all. Seriously, I really do. But I can't play the video and it pisses me off. But I wanted you guys to get a better idea of what could have possibly been the last few moments for Shanquella.
Quilla, can you at least fight back?
No.
At least something. At least fight back, something.
Get up, bro. Get up.
All right. Quilla, can you at least fight back?
No.
At least something. At least fight back, something.
Get up, bro. Get up.
I mean, wow. She just wails on this woman. Again, it just doesn't make, again, the math ain't mathing for me on this. It just doesn't make any sense. But real quick, Aloha State of Mind, thank you so much for becoming a member. I really do appreciate your support. Thank you so much for becoming a family member. Welcome to the chaos, which is the Pascal Show. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for your support. Real talk. But again, math is not mathing for me, okay? It is not. I got a members chat. Miss Risa, sorry. Thank you so much for being a member for the past 2 months. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for the gift of Pascal. Wow. Thank you. This man sets the bar. No one comes close. Wow. Well, thank you. I really do. Thank you. That's very, very kind. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. But again, you hear the video itself. It is, when you see the video, I just retweeted it on Twitter. Please go check it out. I'm telling you right now, that video is damning for them. Including everything else, all the BS that they put out, the lies that they told the parents, saying it was alcohol poisoning, all this stuff. The fact that they kick rocks as soon as, I guess, she was announced unalive, that she had passed on. They hopped on planes and flew back to America. Maybe thinking that, okay, the crime happened over here. There's no way that they can catch us, that they can put a charge on us over on American soil. Let's get out of here as quickly as possible because we don't need to get arrested and be put in Cabo jail, in Cabo prisons. That's why I think they kick rocks so quickly. They didn't want to be put in as prime suspects of something like this. Then the other thing too is somebody shot this video. Okay? Somebody shot this video. Hold on. somebody shot this video right here. So somebody explain that to me too. Why are you filming this? Anybody know why would somebody film this ish? What's motivating you to go out of your way to do this? And then, yeah, Nicole B, that's the other good question. Why? Or sorry, who would put this out?
Look, can you at least fight back?
And it's very frustrating because unless somebody hacked into their phone. I know Jamie just said the dude who was talking was the one with, of course, may have leaked this video. And if that's the case, then obviously if his guilty conscience may have taken over and made him say, okay, I'm going to leak this. F it, because here's some of the truth. But it still doesn't, the math ain't mathin' for me. All right. Why would you film that in the first place? You should have been there to protect her. You should have been there to have her back. Period, point blank. And that didn't happen. So there is another video of one of the friends that was there.
I was genuinely heartbroken that I went into a house to see a friend that I knew for 9 years, unresponsible, on vacation, 2,000 miles away. I don't know if y'all got me getting on Instagram and tweet. I was genuinely heartbroken that I went into a house to see a friend that I knew for 9 years, unresponsible, on vacation, 2,000 miles away. I don't know if y'all got me getting on Instagram and tweet. I was genuinely heartbroken that I went into a house to see a friend that I knew for 9 years, unresponsible, on vacation, 2,000 miles away. I don't know if y'all got me.
Okay, so he's like, and that's what's up. Like, he's sitting here going, oh, yeah, you know, you don't understand and blah, blah, blah. Like, but what the hell? You're telling me that. And of course, in his video, he kind of goes in a little bit more. This obviously a short clip of this, and he tries to say, like, yes, I was there, but I wasn't one of the people that was involved in this situation. I landed at a specific time. By the time I landed, all this stuff had already transpired, so on and so forth. But I mean, it doesn't matter. These guys are coming out and trying to defend themselves, you know, trying to make it seem like, oh, I never did that and I wasn't a part of this, that, and the third. No, you were a part of it. Quit lying. Quit lying. Sorry, I'm just gonna grab this real quick. To me, it's absolute BS. All right. You can sit here all day making excuses, but at the same time, you're one of the people that is hiding the information. You're one of the people that got up, packed up your stuff, hopped back on a plane, and kick rocks. You're one of the people that was in the group that lied to her loving parents, saying that it was alcohol poisoning, when actually that is far from the truth. All right? Far from the truth. Tamster, thank you so much for this. Tamster77, thank you so much for the $2. Caught by her friend sleeping with her man camera guy. Now, if that's the case, still doesn't matter. Still doesn't matter. If that was the case, if it was like she walked in or she found out that there was some sort of cheating going on and Shanquella was part of that, so on and so forth. Yes, that's still terrible. That's not great. But at the same time, that still does not mean that this woman should have been this badly beaten or even touched in this kind of way. I'm just being real. That doesn't mean that this woman should be gone right now. Shanquella should still be alive. And if that was the case, bang, she should, right, of course, she should pay the piper for doing her wrongdoings, but that doesn't mean her no longer being here. Beaten so badly that her neck is broken and her spinal cord is cracked. That, no, that doesn't make any sense. Okay. And that's the other thing too. Jamie is a good point or a good question. Where is that woman who put the pause on her? And that's what I'd like to know too. Where's Dejanay? Where's Dejanay Jackson right now? Yes, Luz Faragawa. I agree 110%. All of them guilty. Oh, all of them guilty. That's it. We don't need to look at this any other way except the pure fact that all of them guilty. They all got up, they packed their ish, they kicked rocks. They all collectively came up with the idea of, yeah, we're going to tell mama, we're going to tell Quella's mama that it's alcohol poisoning. Bet that. And they called her. They collectively came up with that idea and they ran with it. In fact, they actually ran with it all the way back to North Carolina, thinking that they'd be safe and sound over there. This is bad, y'all. Now, if it's over a man, I do not know. Okay? If this is over a man, I don't know. And Ray, you're right. They're buying themselves some time by leaving the country, by leaving Mexico. Right? They leave Mexico. It's hard. It'll be harder for the authorities in Cabo to get a hold of them, so on and so forth. There's the whole situation of extradition you got to throw into the mix as well. All that. But a crime, in my personal opinion, a crime happened in that hotel room in Cabo that caused the passing of this young woman, period. And if it was over a man, then that's terrible too. But that fight should have been stopped well in advance, long time ago. But people sat back and just let it happen. Now, the one piece I can see some people saying, oh, well, if it was a cheating situation and say Dejanay found out and she was really upset, and maybe that's the reason why Shanquella didn't swing back. Let's keep it real. Maybe she felt that she deserved the beat down. So she was willing to take a few hits in the face and the body. Maybe that's what it was. And maybe that's why the friends sat back like, yo, you cheated on her man. Psh, we ain't in this. That could be it too. But at the same time, when you start seeing it escalating to a point where somebody could lose their life, you jump in. Period. Okay, fine. She got a few licks in. Good. You happy? Back up before people get even more hurt. Okay? Before it turns into an unaliving situation. That's what should have happened. But these guys, man, they just started press recording, Quella, you ain't even gonna do nothing? And she's like, no. Because maybe she thought that she deserved it. I don't know. But she didn't deserve not to be alive. Those friends that were in the room should have stepped up when things escalated badly. And that's the other thing, too. I know that some people like Asila, because I've been seeing that flying all over the place as well, all over the Instagram, the Twitters, and the Facebooks. All right. Everybody's sitting here saying that this was like a setup. They knew exactly what they were going to do when they went out there. I don't know about all that. I think never underestimate the power of alcohol. I think people get really, really crazy, especially when you go out and the whole time you're out there is the plan that the only liquid that you're going to be consuming is going to be alcohol based. All you're doing is getting wasted the entire time. You're binge drinking the entire time you get there to the time you get on. Basically, the last sip you have is before you get on that plane, okay? And then you detox when you get home, type of ish. You see what I'm saying? That could have very well been what it is. Oh, we're going to treat this like this is like we're in college and this is spring break. And then craziness ensues. Things maybe that are said that aren't meant to be said because they're too drunk. Again, never underestimate the power of alcohol. But they had only been there she had only been there for 24 hours. So what could have happened in those 24 hours that would cause Dejanay to start throwing up those 5 pounds of meat and bone into that woman's face and body? I guess that's a question we're going to have to find out as time progresses. And you know for a fact, we'll find out more here soon. I mean, I'm assuming. Because that video itself, which you kind of saw like 2 seconds of it. Sorry about that, guys. But that video itself is damning, extremely damning for anyone that was involved. How dare they lie to the mother and father of Shanquella? How dare they try to hide this? Obviously, the truth is coming to light. And I really, really hope that by this video being leaked out here and exposing these people, hopefully this gets us closer to finding justice for Shanquella. Because she most definitely deserves it. Anyway, guys. Oh, this is crazy. But anyway, that is the show, guys. As soon as I find out more information, you know for a fact I'll be talking about it without a shadow of a doubt. All right. If there's more information that leaks out, and hopefully we will get more leaked information. When that does actually happen, we will be looking at it, talking about it, so on and so forth. So please, okay, 2 things. Hit that like button down below. Do not forget to hit that like button down below. And of course, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch, please hit that follow button as well. That would be greatly appreciated. I talk about a bunch of things, all kinds of different things. Okay. So that'd be greatly appreciated. And also, please go check out pascalmerch.com. I got some really, really amazing clothing that has just dropped and stuff that's already been in the store for a while. We have a Black Friday sale going on right now as we speak. 30% off of everything in store. So go check it out. Trust me, you'll find something to love in that thing. So please go check it out. That'd be greatly, greatly appreciated. Anyway, it's time to get going. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll be talking to you guys very, very soon. Have a wonderful, positive rest of your day. And hopefully we can, by sharing this video, talking about it, getting it out into the algorithm, we can get closer to getting justice for this poor girl, Shanquella Robinson. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. Man, and I mean that more than ever today. All right? Keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself. And I'll see you guys in the next video. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.